What is up, YouTube? Four Leaf Cards here. We are just hanging out, doodling. Figured I'd throw up a live and just see if anybody wanted to hang out. No big deal. And just working on a little Reggie Jackson right now. Went with the all snazzy yellow uni. I had to stop off at the store. I blew out one of my light grays, so I picked up that one. I had a black that was going bad. Oh no, that's a blender. And this was a light gray that I picked up. They didn't really have what I wanted over at the store, but anyway. So we're doodling for a little bit at least. I want to finish up this Reggie. And, well, maybe we'll do another one. I got some Series 1 2021. Maybe I'll open that. Who knows? What's up, Stemmers? How you doing? Thanks for popping in. Just doing a little doodling. Little Reggie Jackson action. So he's almost done, so I'm just kind of coming in and doing some of the fine line work. Jose Altuve doodle in the toilet. I love it. I'm disappointed in all those Astros, you know? Like, it's disappointing. Probably there's some people out there that just say everybody cheats. But that was pretty blatant stuff. What's been shaking, man? You got anything good going on? Can't get a good angle here with all these markers over here. I found some Series 1 out in the wild. Got some going to Cards for Kids with Cancer. But I might open some. I think the print runs are going to be crazy. Sorting cards. Yeah, I need to sort cards, man. I bought, I had some donations for Cards with Kids with Cancer, and then I bought a bunch. And I probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 10 5-row boxes. So that's 50,000 cards I got to go through and just see if there's anything in there. I want to pull out if there's any like stars or anything. I want, that's got to go to Cards for Kids with Cancer, and then I got to sort it by sport because I think I got some football and some basketball in there, and some baseball, maybe some oddball stuff too. Yeah, sorting cards like needs to be done, but I gotta find time. I need room. I'm not really set up for it. I need a better setup, so I gotta think about that a little bit. But I got to start sorting at least into sports, and then probably by teams, because my goal here is to make team bags, team not sets, but like team packs for the kids with cancer, and then send them out. Like right now, all my packs are going to the Jimmy Fund and Dana Farber in Boston, so I've been giving up all my Red Sox stuff and and that's that kind of stuff. But I need to find some other places. I was thinking about calling St. Jude's maybe. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Tampa Bucks fan and St. Louis Cardinals fan. 1990. Just doodling, chatting. Sounds like Stemmers and I both have to do some sorting. I'm about ready to take on another like 80,000 cards for the cards for kids with cancer too. So I really need to like set up a table somewhere that I can just sort on. All right, I need some green here. Got really bad lighting here. Traveling for work. Haven't been traveling at all lately, really. And got a bad angle in here. But traveling for work a little bit, and I did some work. You can only do so much work. And so I'm done for the day. Had to drive a little bit, had to do some work on the computer. And like I said, you can only do so much work for the day. Then you got to just kind of turn it off. And this doodling is kind of, I don't know if I'd call it a happy place or whatever, but it's pretty calming. For me, at least. I'm down in Pennsylvania right now. I was going to try to pop over to see if I could catch up with Scotty Aranya because he's over like central PA. I'm too far east. I gotta be back up into New York for Thursday, and it's just not gonna work. But it's actually funny. This I haven't been on YouTube too long, but when I first got on, Scotty had just got on too. He was just starting up, and he's got a great channel and always super lively and like super welcoming. And so I would pop into Scotty's live streams and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was commenting on my videos, and then so I found out he was, where he's from, kind of over in the middle of the state, and I came down for work. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool." And I just kind of like asked a couple questions. And he's like, "Oh, yeah. His son was playing basketball somewhere." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay. I'm like right over there." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, but I don't show my face, so nobody knows what I look like, which actually is a good thing. It started off like I didn't want to put my face on there. It was like all about the cards. But turns out you can play some pretty cool pranks too. So I show up at the and I know what he looks like because he's got his face on his channel. So I show up at this basketball game and and I get in the stands and I sit right next to him and he collects RJ Barrett. Well, he's hard into RJ Barrett back then. He's been doing a lot of other guys now, but so I throw down. I sit like slightly behind him and off to the side, and I threw down an RJ Barrett card, and I see him like look at it, and then he kind of looks away. Then he looks at it, he looks away. Then he looks at me like, "I don't know who you are, man. What's going on here?" Like, and I was like, "Hey, you like RJ Barrett, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, this is creepy." It's like, "Hey, it's Four Leaf. What's up, Jason? How you doing?" All right, Jason's got a package on his way. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I totally pranked Scotty Rania. It was awesome. And then we hung out. We opened some cards together with his son, Dakota. And I keep saying, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to hang out with Scotty again." And then Corona hit. So that kind of axed the whole thing. And I need a darker green, I think. And a little bit better light. I need a darker green over here. No, I don't have any Myers. I used to shop at Myers when I was out. I was out in Illinois for a bit. We had Myers out there. Wish I had a Myers. They got cards at Myers, don't they? And I see somebody opening something up. It was like a purple special Myers deal. All right, that looks good there. This is dark here, so I gotta kind of come around this leg. The lighting in this room tonight is horrible. But you make do with what you got, I guess. I have a supplemental light, but it's weird on the camera. It makes it like, well, maybe not. It was making it like vibrate, like really weird. Does that make the picture weird for you guys? 2 purple cards. That's right. That's what I saw. 2 purple cards. I mean, we got Walgreens, but somebody's been clearing out the Walgreens. So, you know what? This white shirt needs to be a little bit grayer. I'm going to put this light gray right in here. It's like it's almost too dark. I really need my 0.5 to work. Nah, it's not going to work. I used up all the ink in this one. It's like my favorite marker. What I can do is I can put this darker one in, like so. And then I can come in with this blender one. And the blender basically takes out color. So I can lighten it up this way. Boom. It's not horrible. What's up, Megan? How you doing? We got 2 contests going on, Stemmers? I guess I have to. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, Adam. Appreciate you popping in. Yeah, I'll have to do contests. There's so many contests going on before. I got contest burnout. I can't keep up with it. And, well, of course, I probably could be doing it at night here, but I choose to doodle. But like I said, doodle's kind of like my happy place. It keeps me pretty mellow yellow, just like his uniform. Snow day, number a million. There's been a lot of snow around. We had some snow. They were like, it's like, oh my God, snowmageddon, and then it was like 3 inches. I mean, there's a lot of ice, but whatever, no big deal. I mean, I drove down through a little bit of snow, but we don't mind snow too much up here in the north. I mean, we got equipment that deals with it. The problem is you get places like Texas, that's what's going on down there. They get all that ice, and then they don't have infrastructure. They don't have crews to go working around. They don't know, they don't have what they're doing. Actually, I passed a bunch of crews driving south. I can only assume that they're going to Texas or parts south. But we've got quite a bit of infrastructure. I mean, you look at the snow equipment that we've got up here, we can get snow out pretty quickly. I mean, I forget what we got, 38 inches or whatever, but, the snow was at our place was out in 4 hours or whatever, and we were out driving around. So, but we have infrastructure because we get a lot of snow anyway. All right, Stemmers, catch you later, man. Going to Virginia. I have to go to Virginia at some point too. Sometimes I spend time a little bit on the western northwest side, up in Harrisonburg, and then sometimes I'm over on the Richmond side. But I haven't been there in a while. But I probably need to get over there soon. you get winter weather like once every 5 years. Oh man, thanks for popping in, by the way. TTMs, yeah, I think we got a couple three in, and I wanted to record them with Little Leaf, and he keeps going to bed too early. Problem is we do other stuff, and he goes to bed. And where's my picture here? I gotta make sure I don't mess this drawing up here. It's a little bit of a something or other here. So I wanna record them with him, but he keeps going to bed. So I think I have three of these things, and I don't even know. I had them all tracked out, and then I lost my sheet of paper, like my cheat sheet that has all the list of who I sent to and what the shipping tracking numbers are. So I'm back into the guessing game, but there should be some good ones. I mean, I haven't been sending to anybody but Hall of Famers for the most part. I mean, Schilling wasn't a Hall of Famer, but close enough in my book. Maybe not the right yellow up there, but it's close enough. I haven't been to any card stores down in anywhere south. I've been to a couple in Pennsylvania and a couple in New York. Man, I hit like, I've given up on Walmart's, but I hit like because Target up here is instituted like not two per SKU, but two cards, anything. And so the only chance I've got at retail is Target, and I stopped at like 3 Targets today, 3 or 4. So I was driving down, and none of them had anything. So I was trying to. I'm pretty good on Series 1. I'm not going to buy any more Series 1. I got enough for cards for kids with cancer, and I got enough for us to open some, and I put a couple away for a rainy day. The big thing for me with cards is I'm trying to put some away for us to open later, because the little guys, I mean, he's young, so he's not going to remember, but like in 5 years, I'd like to open cards with him. Where he knows who the players are, and he can remember getting, if we get something good, he can remember that. So I've been doing a lot more of these drawings and sending them off. Yeah, I don't know if Schilling's going to get in. He keeps opening his mouth. It's funny. Like when I wrote him a letter, it's kind of like, like it's good that you're believe it in what you feel and you're saying it. And you're willing to give up the Hall of Fame for it. It's like. But in my mind, I'm like, dude, just shut your mouth so you can get into the damn Hall of Fame. But, he doesn't give a crap, so you got to kind of almost, like you got to give him some respect for not giving a crap and being like, yeah, I don't give a shit about your Hall of Fame, whatever. You guys are all a bunch of assholes. A bunch of the writers are all whatever. I mean, I'm putting words in his mouth, so excuse me, Kurt Schilling. But, you can take your Hall of Fame ballot and shove it up your butt. Like he told him, like, take me off the ballot next year. I don't even want to go for my 10th year. That's like, dude, what are we doing? Like, whatever. And he's basically said, you know what? If I'm going in the Hall, I want to get voted in by guys I played against or guys that played the game and know what it's about and can judge me on my value of my game. So I don't know. I respect the guy for it, I guess. I mean, Sometimes he's a little outspoken, but whatever. I'm okay with that. It's America. You can say whatever you want. All right, Reggie Jackson, what do we need to do here? I need to finish up a little bit of handwork. We're pretty close here on this Reggie. I am going to be almost done with Reggie. This is a thumb. I got to be careful how I draw this. I got a little bit of a reference picture, but that thumb comes over. This is a glove down here. The bottom of the glove looks good. This is a finger that comes in this way. Gotta have these kind of fingers. Finger, 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 finger. Thumb. Wrap it around the bat. Finger, 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 finger. I don't want to put too much detail in here either, because then you can. Sometimes I think the key is to not put too much detail in. If you get too much detail, it gets crowded. It's kind of a funny picture. He's got his eyes closed, so I kind of left it that way. It's not perfect, but I think it's pretty good. I think Reggie Jackson signs too. For a fee. I think he had a private signing or something. I don't know. All right, I'm going to call this Reggie Jackson done. It's close enough. I like the yellow. Pops. Just going to make sure everything's outlined. It's good enough. It's good enough. I'm going to say it's good. All right, Reggie's done. Moving on to the next. I don't know where we're going to go next. Where are we going to go next? Finish this one up a little earlier. I was doing this one. I was listening to you, Patrick. A little Yaz action. Looking good. So Yaz is done. Reggie's done. Thinking we're gonna go get some of these drawings here. This is probably gonna take me a while, but maybe we'll go for it. All right, here's the drawing. I'm gonna have a little shake here because I gotta erase some of my dark lines. Ooh, that's too dark up there. Yeah, it's too dark. It'll get in the way of my markers. So yeah, I got to do some videos. I think there's a package too from Shannon over back to the cardboard, but I want to open that stuff with Little Leaf. So I gotta maybe this weekend. I just pumped out a bunch of videos. We were hitting 1 or 2 a day. What's up, Brewers? Reggie is awesome. Why, thank you. Wish I had that kind of talent. It's not talent, man. I'm not that good, man. I'm not that good. You just get these drawings down and it's like coloring, basically, with markers. That's all. Kind of lurking. creeping. That's all right, man. We're just hanging out. I don't have too much to chat about. I'm thinking about what's going on. What anything going on in the world other than Vegas Dave burning a Michael Jordan sticker, which was probably a fake, telling everybody the market's a bubble. I think it's a bubble. I mean, there's definitely a bubble. Everything bubbles. Like if we think that it's immune to bubbles, then we're all wrong. Uh, so it's bubbled. There's investors in here floating up the top, and a rising tide rises all ships. So if somebody's willing to pay $1 million for whatever Mike Trout, then for whatever a refractor or whatever, then that means everything else Mike Trout's going to go up, right? If somebody's willing to pay $10,000 for a Mike Trout rookie, and I mean there's tens of thousands of these out there. It's crazy, to be honest, but if somebody's willing to pay 10,000 for the 10, then that means the value floats all up. So there's people that are like, wow, 10,000 for 10, but man, maybe I could get a 9 for 6,000 or 8,000. I don't know what the numbers are right now. I'm not shopping for a Mike Trout. I don't have that kind of money, but it's rising tide raises all ships. So all those cards are going to float up. The higher the high ones go, the rest of it has to follow. Basically, it's just people are watching it and they're valuing it that way. And I've definitely turned down some things. I'm in the market for some vintage stuff, and I looked at it and said, I can't justify paying that. I just can't. It's the value to me, right? So I get value when I get a card. I get happiness out of it, or nostalgia, or whatever. I'm completing a set or something, and there's some sort of joy that comes out of it as a collector, right? Not as an investor. Is there some investing to it? Yeah, I mean, my cards are going up in value, but I don't sell anything, so it's not. Well, I actually had my first sale the other day. I sold some retail stuff I bought. I guess technically now I'm a flipper. I would argue that I'm not, because I've held on to it for, I don't even know, 2 years now. I don't know when I bought it, but I'm going to reset these markers here. So, whoops, something went wrong. 93, 94, 95. Wow, it's way off. They all have numbers. The markers all have, if I show you here, the markers all have these like numbers. It's not going to zoom in, but they all have numbers and descriptors on there. So I keep them in order so I know if I'm looking like the skin tones, you want certain colors, so you got certain numbers. Whoa, got a little crazy there. Anyway, so I've been looking for some stuff, and I'm not going to pay it. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, maybe I'm crazy, but I don't think I am, because the amount of dollars I have to spend to get that is not equal to the amount of happiness I feel like I'm going to get when I have it. And I just said no. And that's okay. Let somebody else have it. If they think that they can get the joy out of it for, an extra $100, then good for them. They can have the joy. I'm halfway thinking I should sell some more stuff, but I'm a hardcore collector. I mean, I don't like getting rid of stuff at all. I'm somewhat of a junkie, baseball card junkie, like Nate and Titanic Taters, Eric. Those are some of the first guys that I saw on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, that's me. Collectors. I mean, you look at Nate. So Nate has got all those Barry Bonds, right? And I'm sure he's got Barry Bonds in there now that have appreciated to the point where they are big money. And especially if Bonds goes in the Hall, that stuff's all going to go, I don't know what the number, 10% higher. I don't know if it can, but it probably would, or more, 20% higher, 50%, double, 100% higher. I have no idea. But is Nate going to sell that off? Probably not, because he's a collector, right? So, there's a definite divide. And even Mike over at Baseball Collector was talking about this the other day, and I was in the chat, and he's like, I should sell this. He's like, man, if you love it, don't sell it. Who cares? If you bought something, because he got that mantle, and I forget what he said he paid for it, 14K or whatever, and it's now worth like, let's say 50K, 60K, right? So, and he didn't buy that long ago, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe. I can't even remember. It wasn't that long ago. So for you to take something that's 14,000 and then in a year and a half later it's like 50 or 60,000, you're kind of stupid if you don't sell that, right? Is the point, right? From an investment standpoint, like, just holy moly, that's just a great return on investment. Take it, right? And what happens if it goes down? Oh my gosh, we're in a bubble, right? So it's 60,000. If the bubble pops, what's that card going to be worth? And my point was, it'll probably go back down to about 14,000. It's what you paid. Like, if you have it and you love it, and it goes up, and you're feeling like you should sell it, and you don't, and then it goes back down to 14,000 or whatever, are you going to feel guilty? No, because you bought it for 14,000. Like, the joy you got, you paid. So now, if you have bills to pay, and or college for your kids that you want to do, or I would argue, let your kids get their own bills. You shouldn't be doing a lot of bills for college, but such is life. But anyway, if you need something, and your car's broken down or whatever, and you're sitting on a mantle that you bought for 14 grand is worth 60, you got a lot of credit card debt or whatever, then yeah, you got to sell that, because it's not. You got to get your finances in order before you can have an enjoyment like that. Now, if your grandfather gave it to you, that's a different story. So there's set amount. So the joy that you get out of that is higher than if you just bought it from somebody else, right? And this goes for a $5 card or a $5,000 card or $50,000 card. Anyway, I'm just spewing about collecting. But if you're a true collector and you get joy out of it, then there's value there. But I'd say it's hard to buy anything. I mean, I wouldn't buy a mantle at 60 grand now, because I think the risk, the joy that you get out of it's not going to be good enough. What's up, Tim? How are you doing? Ryan's Brewers, everything else is fodder for sale trade. Yeah, I mean, there's things I see, and I can't get there, but I need to get to that point. I need to focus. I lack focus in my collections. Now that I'm circling back to your comment here, but it's like I collect everything. That's my problem. I mean, I love all the Hall of Famers, good players, all the teams. I mean, I'm a Red Sox fan, and I joke around a lot about it. Like, oh, the Yankees, blah blah blah. But man, I got a huge Jeter collection. I try not to tell too many people about it, but I mean, back in the day, it was Nomar. I mean, Nomar was my guy, but it was Nomar and Jeter. They were constant, the best shortstops around, going at it, and I think, in general, everything I've seen of Jeter, he's just a class act. I mean, the guy he was pretty good. He went to work every day. Was he the best shortstop ever? No, but man, he had longevity. Great shortstop. Everybody calls him the captain. It seems like the things I've heard from people are he interacts with fans fairly well, and he just seems like a pretty nice guy. So, all right, I'm in on Jeter. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. And I'm not a Yankee. I'm not a fan of the team of the Yankees, but Jeter was good. I mean, Mariano Rivera, that guy was lights out as a closer. Holy crap! And talk about one of the nicest autographs. I think Mariano Rivera is in the top 5 for the nicest autographs out of all time. And he's so consistent, and it's so neat. It's legible, but it's cool. It swoops a little bit. If you guys haven't seen Mariano Rivera's autograph, clean, super, one of the best. I mean, there's crazy ones like Ryan Sandberg, also a pretty cool autograph, but it's like, that does not say Ryan Sandberg. What does that say? Like, how is that your autograph? But it's awesome. It's like blah, 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 so pretty, whatever. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, but that's okay. I'm just blabbering to myself. Yeah, I'd love a Jeter drawing. I haven't done Jeter. Yeah, Mantl's gone up and up, but I mean, it's gone up and then down and then up. You look at like Mantle was hot. There was a resurgence and then he was down. You could buy him, relatively cheaper. So everything has cycles. It's not the cards are not immune to it. Over time, yes, gone up. On average, gone up. Yes, and we'll look back and we'll see this blip, and then it'll go down, and then it'll go. I mean, it's not a bad investment, but I don't know if I'd be into Mandel right now. I don't see there's a whole lot of upside because everybody's already it's buy. So the demand is high right now. I mean, if we're talking investment, or let's say just a Mantle is at 50 grand and you've got 50 grand laying around and you'd love to own a Mantle card, then heck yeah, buy it, whatever. If it goes down to 30 and you're still happy because you got a Mantle card, and you had 50 grand to blow, then who cares, But I guess that goes for other cards too. And that's why, I have to look at my value and my budget, right? So my budget's probably, it's definitely not 50,000 Mantle budget, but you get so much per month. It's kind of entertainment. I don't go out drinking. I don't drink beer. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink a bunch of Starbucks or whatever. So I have an entertainment budget, and most of it, let's be honest, pretty much all of it goes to cards. W Vogs. I don't know how we got how do we do? I don't know. I'm just, right now I'm doodling. I haven't really thought about doing, doodles. But anyway, I'll have to think about that, I guess, but, let's see what else we got here. I'll have to put that one on the burner, man. I get some windshield time, so I'll think about it. Like buying a house, buy low and sell when it's high. Yeah, well, so it's the same thing with a house too, right? So if you're buying a house, you need a house. You got to live in it. You're going to get value out of it, right? And if you buy your house for $100,000, this is what I said on on Bench Clear the other day. If you buy your house for $100,000, and then all of a sudden it goes up to $300,000, and then the bubble bursts and it comes back down to $100,000. Have you lost anything? Do you still? You're still getting the value out of the house. Now, if you buy your house at $300,000 and the market drops down to $100,000, oofta, that's crazy. But hopefully you've still budgeted and you still get the value out of the house, right? You're still living there and enjoying the roof over your head and your neighborhood and whatever. So if you've budgeted for $300,000 and it's only worth $100,000, but you're not selling it, who cares, right? So it's the same thing as owning. If you bought a Mantle right now for $50K and it drops down to $20K, but you're still enjoying it and you've budgeted for it, then who cares? This is a collector speaking. Now, if you're an investor and you were trying to make money on it and you buy in at the end of the bubble and then it pops and then you've lost $30K, that's not going to be very good. Hopefully you've budgeted for some loss. Okay. But from a collector standpoint, it doesn't really matter. You gotta just evaluate the value to you at the point of purchase. And then if you get the value, who cares if you sell it or not? Now, if you sell it, hey, whatever, man, it's America. You sell it, you take the money, maybe you buy something else that gives you more joy. I don't know. But everybody's all worked up about this return on investment and you got to buy it low and we're in a bubble. So why should you not buy anything? You have a budget. You can buy less with your budget right now than you could 2 or 3 years ago, right? But you can still buy something, and you just have to make sure that you're getting the joy out of it. And if I look at it this way, if I pay $100 for a card and tomorrow it's worth nothing, then I don't care because I still like the card. And I budgeted the $100 in my entertainment budget. I didn't go to the movies. I didn't drink a gallon of beer and pee it out in the toilet. I still have a card that still brings me joy. And I spent $100 on it. It's now worth $20. I don't care because I'm not going to sell it. It's worth my joy. This is a collector speaking. So I tend not to get too stressed out about it, but I definitely evaluate the amount of joy that it's going to bring me for my budget. And there's deals to be had out there. I wish we had card shows going, because the rate of exchange, the circulation of things would be a little bit better. I really don't want to buy everything on eBay. I mean, everybody, eBay is great, but also eBay, you got whatever 15% fees. You got taxes. Technically you're supposed to pay taxes, or whatever, but fees and taxes add up. Yeah. See, I mean, people that are kind of stuck in these, and I'm kind of like, what do I do here too? Because I'm trying to get all the Red Sox tops sets all the way back to 52, and Yaz and Ted Williams cards are, man, through the roof. If you want something halfway decent, and I don't want crap in that collection. I don't mind poor valued cards, but I don't want something all beat up either. I want something that looks halfway decent, right? So I'm passing on a lot of it, and looking for more of the commons. There's still some value in there, but even the price of commons have come up. So that's why I'm really hoping for some shows where people have boxes of commons and they're still selling them at a reasonable price, or not, who knows? And maybe I got to put that on hold. I mean, I've been doing a lot more of these drawings. I haven't been able to find as much retail out there for new stuff. I mean, luckily, or maybe that's not luckily, but I'm a fairly varied collector. I do the new stuff. I mean, I loved my junk wax. I've been doing more vintage. Been trying to do some pre-war. I just love history. I love memorabilia, other things like that. I haven't bought much of it, but it intrigues me, so I'm looking at it. Yeah, I know commons are getting crazy. Definitely the high numbers for sure. I don't know. It's crazy. So I've slowed down on my set, my vintage sets, team sets. Just too much money. It doesn't bring me the joy for the money that I'm, spending on it. So I look at that and I'm saying, okay, a common card, high number, whatever, but a common card for $25. Holy moly. Like, I think I could get for $25, I could go do something else with it. I don't know what. I mean, but it's maybe that $25 I'll go buy an old vintage baseball mitt or something. I don't know. I just feel like that'd be cooler. Like an old vintage baseball mitt. I've seen them for like $25. I feel like that'd be cooler than some common Red Sox guy from 1954. So I'm shifting a little bit. And I think that's the key is you have to shift or you have to slow down because you only have so much budget. Hey, thanks for popping in, Brewers Cards Forever. Appreciate it, man. Have a great night. All right, what am I doodling here? I got to doodle. I need some red. We're going red. We are going red. Let's see here. Is the right red? Hope so. Need more light. Is that all I got? Oof. Probably my light's gonna die here. I had to guess. We are running out of battery. I don't think I can charge that one up while I'm using it. Let's see here. Red. That's a clip. We're going to go around that. I'm going to take that out with the white, so I'm going to go straight red. kind of like, let's see where the shadows and the lights are here. Hard to do with no lighting in here. Such is the life in a hotel. This is going to be light. What I should do, well, I'm going to come in with some pink. It's kind of how you make it look shiny. You got to come in the lighter color. There, I can see that better up there. I need more room here. Small tables too. I was thinking I need to get one of them big drafting tables. I think this kind of gets shorter. Yep. I'm look at getting one of those big drafting tables. Do the grids? That's actually a really good technique, Tim. It's not a bad technique at all. I think you'll find that a lot of the people that draw use that technique. It's a lot easier to get it right. It keeps your scale right. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, professional like billboard or big like graffiti type, like whatever, like big mural people, they use the grid technique basically and just make a huge grid, and you can scale it up pretty easily where, if your grid on your sheets like 1 inch by 1 inch, you can do it by feet, by times 10. So then the square is 10 feet by 10 feet or whatever. You can scale that up pretty easily. And then you just got to get whatever's in the box correct. It's a really good technique. Forgot where I read that. I don't know. Somebody was talking about it. I don't know. It might have been even like one of the Project 2020 guys, like FDOT or somebody. I think maybe he does like billboards or something. And I think Blake Jameson was interviewing him or something one night. And I can't remember if it was Gregory Siff or FDOT. One of those guys. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm thinking it was. Probably my red's going to die out here one of these days. It's really all about just getting something penciled down and then coloring in. And it's everybody's like, wow, that's really awesome. And it's really not anything special. I mean, I'm downplaying myself probably more than I should, but it's really about just getting the pencil down and then coloring in. I mean, there's obviously some little shades and things like that you got to play around with, but it's nothing that crazy. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a technique. It's like a really common technique, like very, very common technique. Wow, it's already 11. I think I'm probably going to lay the red down. and then hit the hay. It's really all just about getting the right colors in and shading, which is same kind of concept with that though. You just break it down into little pieces and you kind of pick out where the light's coming from, and then you everything on that. If the light's coming from here, well, in this picture it looks like the light's coming from here because he's got quite a bit of shine here. So the light just comes from here. So everything on that side of it will have a shade, and everything on the top will be kind of looks like the light's coming from here, and actually in this case maybe even a little bit from the left. Some of these baseball pictures are kind of funky because you get either lights or you're getting reflections off of whatever. Stadiums are fairly open and have reflections, so sometimes the lighting can be a little funky. But to be honest, even with like if you can like trick your eye a little bit, if you just shade it all in one direction, it usually turns out okay. Should start doodling up, man. We should have a little doodle group. I keep telling Scott like we got to do some doodles together. He's doing a pretty good job doodling. So I probably need to keep true to that. I need to get Scott. I need to get him on the phone. Him and I need to get to doodling. Got some ideas for that. Just finding the time. I mean, I need to find some time to get with Little Leaf here. Maybe this weekend and film up. I got packages from Shannon over at Back to the Cardboard. I know I've got 3 of these types of things that we sent out. I don't know who they are. I originally knew who they were, but I lost my cheat sheet with the tracking numbers, so I'm behind on that. I got some Series 1. I promised the little guy I'd open some Series 1 with him. So I'm behind on that. Do you see the other day I opened some Pokemon with one of my twins? She's a daddy's girl. She really wanted to. She's like, Daddy, she got the Pokemon cards in her Happy Meal. I wasn't there. And she told her mom that she was going to open that with Daddy. So she was going to wait. And all the other kids opened theirs. So she's a keeper, that one. That's Daddy's girl. So I got to make sure I take good care of that one. I mean, I love all my kids, but she's a Daddy's girl. Yeah, Scott's like, I mean, he's classically trained though. Like he went to school. He's like a graphic design guy. So you can't. And number one, first and foremost, Scott's like an awesome dude. So he's like, yeah, man, draw. Like I was like, I probably harassed him a little bit. Like, hey, I'm gonna draw. What do I do? And he's just like, just draw, man. Whatever. You're doing fine. So it's good to have somebody that has some skill, and then I'll send him some stuff, and we go back and forth. I mean, I'm competitive. I mean, if it ever come down to it, he would whoop my butt in drawing, but I'm somewhat competitive, and I kind of play the game a little bit, Man, this mask is all sorts of weird. Gotta make sure I don't cover in the wrong things here. I'm gonna have to come in with a fine marker and do some of this fine work. But yeah, no, Scott's awesome. I mean, he takes it fairly well. I give him a good run for his money, I guess. But he's been a good friend, just being really encouraging and um, taking a little bit of the harassment. I'm always joking around. Yeah, Daddy's. I see your comment there. Daddy's girls are awesome. I hope she never outgrows it. We'll see what happens. I'm trying my best to keep training her to still be Daddy's girls forever. But my other daughter is the other twin is also a little bit of a daddy's girl, but she's sassier. So the she's I do whatever I want. Like, oh man, I got to tone her down a little bit. She is super sassy. It's like I always joke around that the twins are like Sour Patch Kids. You see the commercials with like sweet and sour, and I got one that's sweet and one that's sour. But actually, I tell that story and it's kind of backwards because the sassy one's like super friendly. She'll go up to strangers, which again I need to watch. Just hi, how you doing? And the other one's like, I don't know who you are. The one that's really close to me. She's like, I don't know who you are. I ain't talking to you. It's like, hey, this is your family member. And she's like, I don't care who they are. I still don't know them. So she's funny that way. I don't know if she'll outgrow that a little bit or not, but probably not. I mean, from what I can tell, your personality is pretty much who you are. I mean, you can alter it a little bit. You can skew it one way or the other, a click or two, but you can't change it all the way over. I mean, maybe if you had some really huge paradigm shift, I guess is what they would call that. I gotta look at this drawing, my reference drawing here. I think this is. Oh man, I don't have enough light here. I think that's a home. I can't tell if it's a home jersey or an away jersey. Uni. Probably gonna put this one on the shelf. Well. Yours is 10, so mine's 3.5-ish. I don't know how much. Time flies when you're having fun, especially when you got twins. 4. You're teaching her to have a smart mouth. Oh man. I don't like having too smart a mouth, I guess. I want them to be witty, but I don't want them to be disrespectful, I guess. There's a difference. So we don't tolerate a whole lot at our household, but she certainly tries. Oh man, this one's going to be like a lot of face too. That's going to be tough. This is going to be a challenging one for me because I'm not very good with faces. I'm getting to be tired. Man, we got 3 people in here. That's awesome. Can't believe you guys are so nice to hang out with me tonight. What do I want to do? I can't decide if this is a home jersey or an away. It's a very light gray if it's gray. I think Johnny Bench signs too. I think he's kind of expensive, but let me just check here. Johnny Bench. There's a bunch of private signings coming up, and it's like, man, I gotta get to drawing here so I can get some autographs. But I think this one's going to be pretty expensive. But like, so I could go and I could spend $100 on a 1963 whatever Yaz card for my Red Sox collection, or I can take $100 and I can get a Johnny Bench auto. I think I'm going to go with Johnny Bench auto in that case. on my picture, right? My kids aren't going to know what to do. I hope my kids like sports stuff because I've got more Hall of Fame autos in the last year. I got to log into Sports Collector, see if they got any info on bench. Oh, there's a note. Uh-oh. Oh, he doesn't do mail-in items anymore. He partnered with Fanatics. Oh man, that was like this week. Like, see, like, I missed it. Ah. Let me see if they got details. That's the kind of stuff I'm. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about here. Johnny Bench and Otto on your own drawing would be more personal, I think. Yeah, I mean, I like. I mean, anybody can get a send your money in and get an autograph on a whatever 68 Johnny Bench or whatever 70 whatever. Pick your poison, but this is a one of one, man. They don't make any of these anymore, and this is going to be nice because well, I don't know if I get this sign. Let's see here. I can't tell. Trying to get some details. Autographs. Now exclusively signing with Fanatics. Crap. Ugh. This is depressing. Man, I just had the wind taken out of my sails. That's a pretty cool. They got a catcher's mitt inscription with Hall of Fame for $375. This is going to be not good at all. Like a signed ball is like $180. Ugh. Uh. Man, this is depressing. $149. Like, come on. Everything's autographs are all like $149 for pictures and stuff. Oh man, this is so depressing. You got a Johnny Bench auto? That's awesome, Tim. Jealous. I don't have one yet. Crapola. Oh man. I was having a good night, and then the wind got taken out of my sail. I mean, I'm fine. I'll be fine. I don't need a Johnny Bench auto either, but private signings. He's not due for a private signing either. Oh, Matt Antonelli. He's got a YouTube page, Matt Antonelli. Hey, he's signing next week. Big time. $6 for cards. I should do a doodle of Antonelli. I got sidetracked. Sorry, Matt Antonelli. You guys know Matt Antonelli? I've been watching him. He does like a lot of YouTube videos on like coaching, like and skill. You know, he'll do like breakdown like techniques and training things. And he was a first round draft pick. I want to say in 2006, and then I think he got called up in 2008 for the Padres, maybe. Um, and I think he played until 2013, kind of on and off. I think he had a maybe a shoulder issue. I can't remember. Um, I think I want to say his first major league hit was off of John Smoltz or something like that. Well, anyway, yeah, Matt Antonelli. I've been watching him a little bit on YouTube. All right, Tim. Catch you later, man. Appreciate you popping in. Thank you so much. Randy Arozarena's having a signing. Was How much does he charge? He's old, man. Now Rosarena, I mean, he's cool, whatever, but he's old. You know, he's not going to be Hall of Fame material. $40 for cards. Man, holy moly! Who's going to pay $40 for a Randy Rosarena? Actually, you probably could get that done and sell it, but you got to sell it now because he's. I mean, the guy's like 28 or something. He just come up his rookie year. Like there's no like he'd have to play till he's like 50. Randy Rosarena. Wait, did he get traded too? Who's he play for? Tampa Bay? No. You know, he's got one more. Like he's got one. St. Louis last year. Oh, he's 25. I mean, you look at Soto coming in, 19, Cunha. You know, this guy's never going to catch up. I mean, he could be a great player. I'm not saying he's bad, but nothing crazy here. I'm not paying $40 for his autograph. That's for certain. Holy moly! I don't know if anybody else is anybody else in. We got two people still in, hanging out, or just didn't log out. You guys are helping me out with my view time, I guess. Private signings. Boog Powell. I really wanted to get Boog Powell. 219. I don't have enough time. I really need to get Boog Powell. Like, where's he hiding? He's down in Florida somewhere. Under the radar. $25 for cards. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, they pushed it back to March 6th. Man, I should do a drawing of Boog Powell. I don't have enough time. Really want to get Boog Powell. Yeah. Boog Powell. Does he got any good? I need like a good reference image. A little side fact, if anybody's listening to this, Brooks Robinson, his favorite teammate was Boog Powell. He answered our questions. Boog was one of his buddies. Boog Powell. Did you get that barbecue joint? I don't know. I don't see any good reference pictures here. I mean, there's some. You know what I should do, because these guys are buddies, is I ought to put oh man, this would be cool if I put a picture of Boog and a picture of Brooks, and I sent it to Boog and got it signed, and then I sent it to Brooks and got it signed. That'd be pretty cool. Ooh, that's a good reference picture right there. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna cut it off. I lost somebody else, probably because I'm not drawing, so I apologize for that. There's one of you left in here. Thank you for popping in, hanging out. If anybody's listening to the recording, certainly probably lost you there while I was getting lost looking for Boog Powell. But I think it'd be really cool to have a picture of, like, maybe sideways, with them both looking out and have their names, on their jerseys, like Boog, Powell and Robinson, and have both Boog and Brooks Robinson signed. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but I got to get that done soon, and I'm not sure I'm gonna. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna cancel this thing out. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight while I doodled and got sidetracked on all kinds of things. If you guys are open to anything, best of luck to you. Don't forget to collect to connect. Have an awesome day.